What's up, y'all? This is your boy Eddie Jackson. Welcome to the Drop That Podcast. This is Fight Talk, but this episode is brought to you by Layback TV. Over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel, all the HBOs, all the languages. Go on your Apple Store and your Play Store so you can see how you can download on your iPhones and your Androids. All right. Now, here on Fight Talk, right? We'll get onto all the news that are updates before we get into UFC 329 that's going down this Saturday, okay? The Mystic Mac, Conor McGregor, the notorious one, coming back for Max Blessed Holloway in a rematch, all right? Before we get into that, we have shout out to Andy Ruiz, former unified world heavyweight champion. Just signed his deal to join Matchroom Promotions. I think it was a good deal. I just think it was super fucking late. It's been an inactivity for Andy Ruiz like no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I think, over a year now, maybe? But at least he's got, at least we don't have somebody jumping on the bandwagon with Zuffa Boxing. There's nothing going on over there. Top Rank, Golden Boy, I don't think heavyweight is the division that they promote. Not really. You know, it's mostly welterweight. No, my bad. It's mostly like super welterweight, middleweight, maybe welterweight, lightweight, shit like that. Who else is out there? PBC. That's a dead stick. So shout out to Andy Ruiz making a smart choice with Matchroom Promotions and Eddie Hearn over there. I think they're gonna build up his confidence and get him right back in the division. I mean, we're about to get the end of Alexander Usyk, the end of Tyson Fury, the end of Anthony Joshua. Hell, I feel like by 2027 we're gonna have all three of those guys literally retired. Deontay Wilder's out there trying to be a two-time world champion, but who knows? I think that's the fight for Andy Ruiz if Usyk doesn't choose Deontay Wilder. You know, I heard Usyk wants to have his last fight either with John Jones or Deontay Wilder. I think Wilder's going to get the fight. John Jones cannot get out of his contract with the UFC to make that fucking happen. They're definitely not going to let it happen. So, moving on. Shout out to Matchroom and also Matchroom. Shout out to Matchroom again and Golden Boy Promotions. Finally, we're getting serious talks of Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. Serious talks. I love it. I think it's too soon to put Boots in a unification bout with Josh Kelly or Sebastian Fundora. I think Josh Kelly and Sebastian Fundora need to face each other. I think it'll be a big fight for Kelly, but obviously the favorite will be Fundora, and then whoever wins that could get Boots next, since Boots is the WBO and the WBA world champion at super welterweight. And I think now winning the titles, he definitely needs the fight that he should have got before his fight with Zayas. It was supposed to be against Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz got into his little shit with his manager and Golden Boy. Now it looked like Virgil Ortiz is at the light at the end of the tunnel, finally, where he can get a fight with Boots. This time, it's more higher stakes because Boots is carrying two belts. You know what I'm saying? He's unified champion. He's undefeated. Virgil Ortiz is undefeated. This fight definitely can be made end of the year, 100%. If we can get Sebastian Fundora versus Josh Kelly somewhere like September or October, then we can get end of the year Boots versus Virgil Ortiz. Absolutely, since that fight was supposed to be on the top of the year, first quarter. Now we can definitely have this fight legit, and it could be for the unified super welterweight championship. I think it'd be great. It'd be definitely a good co-promotion between Golden Boy and Matchroom. I say, let's fucking go. And it's official. Rolly Romero will defend his welterweight WBA championship against former two-division champion Teofimo Lopez, August 22nd, over in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. I fucking love it. Finally, I think it matches pretty even. This will be Teofimo's debut over at 147. He lost the WBO title to Shakur Stevenson at 140. But, you lose the championship after defending it so many times, you definitely should get a shot at a title. And if moving up, definitely. Rolly Romero ain't got nobody who's interested in him. This will be a perfect test for Rolly Romero. He hasn't been in the ring in over a year. Let's fucking go. Moving on, we got Umar Nurmagomedov taking on Son Yadong August 29th in Shanghai. I love it. Let's fucking go. I think one is the number 5 and one is the number 6 bantamweights. I don't know. Son Yadong is on a fucking roll, and I think he's gonna literally push the pedal to the metal. Fucking get Umar out of there if there's not a good game plan. Waldo Cortez Costa has got a date on September 19 against Curtis Blades. I love this fucking fight. This is the fight to make at heavyweight. It definitely puts you second to last. No, I'm sorry. It puts you at number 2 as far as possible title shots. I mean, if there's this is definitely gonna go. This is definitely gonna go. I don't think either one of them deserve a shot. Costa lost his last fight. Blades lost his last fight. I think whoever Josh Hokett faces next, if it ain't for a championship, it will be whoever is up there. Probably Volkov. I'm willing to bet it's Volkov. That will be the fight to make. Why not? And this will definitely make things interesting. I don't know if it's going to be a pay-per-view. I heard it was going to be UFC Noche, but I also heard they're going to be in Paris also in September. So I want to see how this is going to pull off. Last news, the Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight. Turki Al-Sheikh is His Excellency. They're trying to make this fight in the UK, and they're going at all the logistics of making this fight in the UK. If they make it in the UK, they have to satisfy the US fan base when they watch it on pay-per-view or streaming services. Most likely be Netflix. I'm willing to bet it is Netflix. Ring Magazine and Riyadh Season do have a great relationship with Netflix. But if you do it in the UK, they stated that the walkouts would be at 2 a.m. So if the walkouts are at 2 a.m., we're not getting these guys to get the first bell ring until maybe a quarter to 3. You know what I mean? Because you got to look at it. They're going to be walking to the ring. That shit takes about 15 to 20 minutes each. Okay? 15, 20 minutes each. It will be somewhere between 2:35, 2:40. Then we got to do the UK national anthem. You have to. These are 2 UK fucking juggernauts that are well respected in their country. After the and then you got to do the announcement of both fighters. Then the referee got to do his last remaining rules. Then you get the fight. Bing. There we go. 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. It is what the fuck it is. Get acclimated to the time and do it, because I don't know how that does for people who are going to be at Wembley Stadium, because this fight is at the magnitude to be at Wembley Stadium. The problem with that is you got to pick what month you're going to do this. You know what I'm saying? If we're doing this anytime November or later, because they both got to fight. They both got to fight on July 14 and July 15, a day apart from each other, and they both got to win. They both win. When do you do this fight? Because if you're doing this close to winter, don't forget it snows in the UK. And there is no roof in Wembley Stadium. Okay? You gotta remember this. I think this fight should have been in the summer. It would have been a perfect weather for Wembley Stadium for both of them. And it looks like, I don't know, this could get a little dicey. You need a roof on this stadium. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens. Let's get into UFC 329 that's going down live in Las Vegas in the T-Mobile Arena. We got the return of Conor McGregor taking on in a rematch Max Holloway at 170 pounds. Let's go from the bottom of the card of the fights that I am more interested in. And we got our segment called Who You Got. Okay, we're doing our picks. You know what I'm saying? Do not bet on my picks. I don't give a flying fuck about the odds. The odds sometimes, or majority of the times, be letting us down. I think only at the White House it was kind of like it went a lot of our ways. So I don't base my picks off of odds. I base them off skill set, skills makes fights, so definitely skill set, matchmaking, and the last 2 to 3 performances. Okay, so we got Tracy Cortez taking on Wang. I got Tracy Cortez. She's more experienced with high profile fights. Plus her fight, I think it was against Rose Namajunas in the main event. She's up there. She's up there in experience. Former UFC bantamweight champion Cody No Love Garbrandt taking on Jans. I got Cody Garbrandt. He's still climbing to 135. I would have thought he would have been at 145 a long time ago, but he feels more comfortable at 35, so let him be. We got the debut Olympic gold medalist Gable Stevenson taking on Ellison. I got Stevenson. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I saw some footage of him with his dirty boxing championship over there. His RAF. So we know his hands are dangerous. We know his wrestling is superb. He's an Olympic gold medalist. And I saw the embedded on his timing on his strikes. Yeah, I got Gable Stevenson fucking this guy up, making a killer on his debut. So shout out to Gable. I want to see him perform very well. I think it's going to be very dicey since he's over there at Jackson Wink in New Mexico. Same division and same team as Josh Hokett. Let that marinate. Moving on, we got the 205 light heavyweight debut of former UFC middleweight champion Robert Whittaker taking on Krylov. I think this is a comfortable weight for Whittaker. I got my boy Robert Whittaker all the way. This is going to get interesting. Terrence McKinney taking on King Green. Interesting. I mean, I heard they're boys, but the way Green has been talking, I don't know. When he get that cocky shit, he really be talking shit, and then his mouth doesn't perform the same way as his skill set. He could do a hell of a promo. Pause on that. That was a pause. But it's his talking and his promos, like they don't match his performances. So I got I got Terrence McKinney. I don't like the way Green has been looking. Brandon Roval versus Kavanaugh. I got Roval on that one. Corey Sanhagen taking on Batista. We're not seeing much of Corey Sanhagen. I think we're going to see a different side of Sanhagen, unless Batista's going to hump dry him and shit like that. So I got Sanhagen on that one. Benoit St. Denis in the co-main event taking on Paddy Pimblett. I think Paddy has a what do I call it? I think he's got a point to prove. I think he has a point to prove, and I think he's going to prove it. And he's going to let everybody know, yo, I'm here to fucking stay. What's up? Yeah, but he's going to, I don't think striking-wise, that's going to be a good idea. I think he's going to take it to the ground and go for a submission. So I got Pimblett for the win. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway at welterweight. It's Max's debut at welterweight. Former UFC featherweight champion, former BMF champion, taking on Conor McGregor. Former simultaneous champion, only first man to ever do it at featherweight and lightweight. Never defended those belts though. I mean, a lot of people are going for Max. He's a favorite, due to his activity. And Conor basically hasn't been in the cage in 4 or 5 years. Hasn't won in 6. Yeah, they want to see how he's going to perform, with that shin bone, the Achilles, whatever got fucking broken, you know what I mean? Like titanium shin bone. I think he's more comfortable at 170, but it's like if you're Max and his team, what kind of footage are you watching with Conor? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you watching the 2 fights against Dustin Poirier? Are you watching the Donald Cerrone fight, the Khabib fight, the Eddie Alvarez fight, the Jose Aldo fight, the Nate Diaz fights? If you're watching all these footage of these fights, you gotta know this is fucking 4 years and up. Like, we don't know what kind of Conor we're getting. With Max, you could look at his last 3 performances. We could look against Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, and Justin Gaethje. He was better against Justin Gaethje, a weathered Justin Gaethje. With Dustin Poirier, he got knocked the fuck down. He's not a natural lightweight. You know what I'm saying? He's not a natural lightweight, and he's fought at lightweight 4 times. You know? What is it? Twice with Dustin Poirier, 1 with Justin Gaethje, 1 with Charles Oliveira. He's only fought 4 times. And he only looked good 1 out of those 4. So now, if you're that flat on lightweight, imagine welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what kind of Max we're getting. He ain't slept nobody. Conor sleeps people. Fuck it. I'm going to go Mystic Mac on this one. Conor McGregor all day. Probably stoppage, because if it goes past 3 rounds, Max is going to literally cardio machine this guy. Maybe. I don't know. 170? Who the fuck is going 5 rounds? I don't fucking know. I'll be shocked if they do. Conor hasn't gone 5 rounds at welterweight since, the Nate Diaz fight. The second one. Guess we'll see. But that's all we got for the Drop That podcast. That's his fight talk. Make sure y'all check out UFC 329 going down this Saturday, Paramount Plus, you know what I'm saying? Or Layback TV. Y'all check it out, all right? I'm your boy D Jax. Make sure y'all sub, hit them likes, and comment. Tell me who you guys got. Who you think is stealing the show, fight of the night, and performance of the night at UFC 329. I'll be looking in the comments. Peace.